Hey guys, welcome to Attack Career. My name is Sergey Ross. I am thrilled to have you here today, whether you are a student, a tech professional, or an immigrant. This program is for you, and I will help you to find a job that you always wanted. I'll help you identify what role do you want, how do you target the right people, and then also I'll give you the sense of the mindset that the most successful people in this world have, so you become that 1% applicant, so you can get the job that you think today you're not qualified for, or you will find the job that you think doesn't exist. So we will go dive into it right now. So let me talk a little bit about myself first before I jump into this. I am determined to make you successful. This is my number one mission. I love this. I love helping young talent. And first thing about me is that I am coming from Eastern Europe. I am an immigrant myself. I went through the whole process and I learned a lot of things that worked, that didn't work a couple of years ago and recently. I've personally experienced a lot of things that were not effective in the job search at all and didn't work. Now, I attended a lot of job fairs and career workshops, and they were not that good. They were not practical. I could not implement them, and they were not effective. Polishing your resume didn't work that well as other career counselors tell you. So what I did, I invented a completely new process that was extremely successful and that helped me to secure a full-time position at one of the largest tech companies in Canada. And I've got a few offers, and everybody suddenly wanted to meet with me when I had this new process, this new framework that I developed. And while I was meeting people with top companies, I met with people from Dell, from Oracle, Salesforce, Microsoft. I received great feedback. I received the feedback about my approach, how effective it was, and everybody was complimenting me. So that was really interesting. And this career program is a new version. It's a much more refined product from my original approach, and I added a lot of things that will make you even more successful in multiple areas, which I will show you in the moment. So what is it really about Attack Career that makes it different than others? There's so many resources online that you can find. Well, there's a couple of things. So the first one, it eliminates a lot of wasted effort and maximizes your daily performance. Oftentimes when you look for a job, you use traditional methods. You apply, we use in a resume, and you don't use the very latest tools that a few people know. And so I want to show you how to make the process way more efficient instead of just applying the way that companies want you to apply. The second thing that is really important, it is very, very practical. I do not like theory. I want to give you tools that you can go and execute today, right away. So there's no hesitation. You don't have to think, oh, how do I apply that? You applied it immediately. There's very little theory. Now, it's also based on a sales theory, right? I want to give you a sense of how to communicate with the right people, how to sell yourself, how to understand what employer wants. So when you can position yourself or your offer that you're giving them, the employer, in a way that gives you a job right away, and that speaks a lot to the needs, to the values, to the wants of an employer. So sales strategy is a big part here. Marketing is important as well. How do you present yourself in online? What does your LinkedIn profile looks like? How your personal brand looks like? And a lot of common sense. There's a lot of common sense that works here, and I will show you how to do that. And the last one is probably the most important one. It is tried and true method. It's something that I've used multiple times. My friends have used. I've gotten a lot of my colleagues and that have implemented this strategy extremely effectively, and that is really exciting, and I'm super excited to show you how this works and why this program is so much better than others. And let me show you what it will help you accomplish first. So why are we doing this? So number one is I want to show you how to become this top 1% applicant. When you're looking for a competitive role, there's so many people that apply, and there's hundreds of applicants many times. So how do you get to 1%? I'll show you how to do that. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about the mindset and why is it so important to find a key role, not only in the job search, but in life in general. I also want to show you how to figure out whether this job or a particular job that you think that you are looking for is good for you. This is also important. You do not want to waste your time on a job that maybe is not a good fit, and maybe you already had an experience where you went for a role after college or after university. You got some experience and you think, oh my god, I absolutely didn't like that. It was horrible. I did not like my boss. So I want to speak a little bit about that and show you how you can change that. Now, I also want to talk about how to sell yourself to employers so they will be able to hire you. How to network as the top networker out there, so you can do it both in person and you can do it online, because this is absolutely important. And I don't look at networking in a way of, oh, I'm just networking with you because I want a job. I'm just going to show you how to make friends, because this is the key. We want to make friends and build relationship, not just to make some salesy connections or make some connections in order to get the job. I want to actually show you how to build more value and how to take massive action. This is super important, and you will be able to achieve things that other people think are impossible or tell you that you can't do that. I'll show you how to do this in this program. So who this program is for, I did mention it early on. It's primarily, my target market is if you are a tech professional, if you are early on in your career, you had a few years of experience, or you are looking to get into tech, or you are a student, maybe you are an immigrant and you want to have a role, find a job in tech. This is the program for you. This is my primary audience. I love to help in young talent. Now, if you are a little older, if you're old in your career, will this work? Absolutely, it will, and you could also find it extremely useful. So there's no specific niche to this market, but primarily, if you are looking for a role that is, if you are less qualified for it, or you're not sure if that's the right one, then this program is you'll love that. So the core elements, what does the program stand for? Where does it lay in this different areas of the mindset, self-awareness, and sales? So when I was developing this program, I looked at a lot on the market and what other people are doing, and a lot of them talk about the job search. They give you there's some good advice out there. There's not a lot. Most of it is garbage, but there is some good advice. But the difference here, and what I found was extremely important when you are looking for a role and you're trying to build your career in general, is to have the right mindset. So what you think, how you visualize, what beliefs you have, what do you think is possible, what do you think is not. And I find a lot of times when we talk about the mindset, people think I can't do this, or I don't know how, and it's based on their perception of the reality. It's based on their perception of the real world. So they don't know how to do it. They don't think it's possible. They don't believe it, and that limits a lot of the experiences they have in their life and the results. Ultimately, it limits the results that you get. So mindset's super critical, and I'll show you why people like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, what kind of mindset they have, how do they do this, and I'll give you some suggestions and tools on how you can improve yours so you can become extremely effective. Sales and networking, that's another side. Absolutely important. How to build a relationship, how to network properly, and how to make friends, and they will be able to help you. And if you don't have a big network, cool, I'll show you how to build it from scratch. And the third part, and it's super critical in my opinion, is being self-aware, where you know exactly where you're good at and maybe where you're not good at. What type of role do you want? What type of industry do you want? And also understanding, how does it fit to your beliefs? How does it fit to your values? So if you're not good at math, right, it's important to go for something different, maybe to go for design. And so you want to make the clear, conscious choices so that speak to your strength, because we're all good at something. I'm good at video. I love talking. I love design work. I'm really good at this. I'm not good at a lot of numbers and math. I'm terrible at this. I will never do that work. This is very important. So I will not even spend any time on that. I will go and develop my strong skills, where you have this opportunity to be world class. So I'll show you how to do that. And so you avoid being stuck in the job that you don't like for years, and then it consequently affects your life. I really don't want you to have that experience, and I want to spend a little bit of time doing that. So tech career sits right in the middle of these three, and those are really critical to having a successful outcome. This is not just this is way bigger than a job search. This is a career program, career development program, and it is an 8-day program. So this is 15 lessons. There's a 16, but 16 is more of a templates and bonus material. So it's a 15 lesson program, and I developed it for 8 days. You take 2 lessons a day. I give you some assignments after each lesson, so you're able to not only listen to what I'm saying, but also apply it right away, so you can build that muscle and be effective once you go on the market. Content outline, this is what it looks like. We start with skills, self-awareness, mindset. We'll talk a little bit about job search challenges. We'll dive into looking at the sales funnel. How does it look like from the job search perspective? We will spend time on the networking aspect with employers. I will absolutely talk about resume, and those are not traditional things, so I will highly recommend you. So when I talk about resume, it's very specific, and it's not an advice that you will likely find in online on the very first few search results. Cover letter, how to research the company, what does the interview process looks like, and how do you measure your progress. And lastly, we'll wrap it up again with the mindset, because I believe this is the most important thing. So thank you guys. This is just an intro, and I will see you in the lesson 1.